So help me. I suck in bed. What do I do? Go through this.
Here's a question for you. Is marriage overrated?
Why aren't people getting married anymore?
A new Pew Research poll found that 2 in 5 young adults think marriage is an outdated tradition.
Marriage rates are at their lowest right now.
Is marriage really even worth it?
More than half of marriages end in divorce.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
Marriage is stupid.
Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage relationship podcast in the world. We're your hosts, Matthew and Monica Powers. Got a serious question, baby. I hope you're ready for it.
Is it serious?
For someone, here's my thought. Somebody listening, this is going to resonate for. I'm sure of it. You don't want it to. Anyone listening has maybe, I would say the vast majority of people, especially men, have probably thought about this. They've worried about this. They've been concerned that this could be a problem for them. But there's going to be someone out there that says,
this has to be about sex. I don't even know where this is going, but this has to be about sex.
It is. It is.
Especially if a man's worried about it.
Well, then that's the brain of men a lot of the time.
All right.
But they're concerned about this. But there's going to be someone out there that's going to say, oh, no. Oh, no. And there may be a wife out there that's saying, yep. And we're here to try and fix that. So the topic of today, the question of today is, what if I suck in bed? It's a legitimate fear. Men are scared to death of this. I think there may be some women too. But what if I suck at sex? What in the world do I do?
Well, I'll say this. If we would have all left it the way God had it designed, where you just sleep with the person you marry, no one would have to think about this.
This is 100% true.
Because no one would know.
You know what? Episode over. That's all you need to know. Just do it the way he created it. But. Of course we didn't. We screwed it up. I love how it's been put in our church so many times. God made it. We broke it. Jesus fixed it. Plain and simple. We screwed it all up.
We suck.
So, but when it comes to sex, what do I do if I suck?
How do you know if you suck?
Bam. Here it comes.
Oh.
I've got ways to tell that maybe, just maybe, you are struggling in this area. And maybe you do kind of suck at sex.
Wait, what?
Things to be able to recognize in your sex life of, hey, maybe I'm not so great at this. But we're not just going to point out the bad.
I cannot wait to hear this.
We're also going to give you some tips of things you can do to hopefully improve your sex life. That way, if you suck right now, maybe you won't suck forever. You'll be happier. Your spouse will be happier. And this goes both ways.
Okay, so you know all of the questions.
Yes, I know all of the reasons. I've got them right here.
Right. But have you diagnosed yourself yet?
No. I don't feel like I should. Should I?
Well, I don't have any complaints. But I'm curious because if that's a dude thing to think about, because honestly, I don't think about it.
I mean, I can kind of diagnose as we go through.
That's just TMI.
Well,
for other ears.
It very well could be.
But I mean, how did you find this?
It was an article I found while eating lunch one day. I was like,
oh
you know what?
Oh my gosh.
Bam, this is probably going to be good.
What is your research history like?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh my gosh, that needs to be an episode.
It should be. No, this one actually came from a website, marriage.com.
Oh, okay.
So, and they're reputable sources. Okay. I'm not looking for.
You didn't get this from The View. I just need to see the vein in your head just start bulging.
It's going to pulsate just a little bit.
The
View.
Yeah.
The View.
That's a different episode. Get back to your sex questions.
My goodness. Okay. So
sorry.
Here are some things that maybe the questions you need to ask yourselves. Analyze yourself.
Are these for boys and girls?
This is for any person
okay.
at all. Do I suck at sex? And if I do, what can I do? So number one,
Okay.
and I think this is a no-brainer, if you're just not a fan of sex, you've done it, and it's just not important to you. You just don't like it. You just don't care about it. You're like, I could take it or leave it. When you think about it, it doesn't excite you at all. This could be a sign that, hey, maybe you're not doing it right.
Obviously.
You know?
Or your spouse isn't doing it right?
This could, well, I think this could be a part of it. That, hey, maybe your spouse isn't so great at it. But if you still think about it and you're still excited about it and you're like, oh my God, it's just terrible, then, hey, maybe this is a conversation to have with your spouse. So first way to tell that, hey, maybe I'm not very good at this is when the idea of it and the thought of it, you don't get very, very excited about it. Because I think most people, when it is good and they think about it, they're going to think about it often, and it gets them very, very excited, and they want to go and do the deed. Second way, and I think this kind of falls in line with the first one, that anytime the topic of conversation of sex comes up or you begin that act, you begin to get embarrassed about sex.
Embarrassed about sex?
Embarrassed about sex.
As in?
I'm just embarrassed. I'm ashamed of it. And this could just be a sign that, hey, I'm probably more fearful than anything that I'm no good at this.
Okay, this is just, maybe my small brain is not comprehending. The embarrassment of sex.
That when sex is brought up, I'm too embarrassed to think about it, to talk about it. Because we're fully very openly about sex and the importance of it. And I think,
as in you and I.
Yes.
Or culture in general.
Well, culture in general has got it all wrong.
Right.
But I think if you can talk openly with it and not just saying in every conversation, hey, let me tell you about sex. But when those conversations arise, you're comfortable and open to be able to talk about it. I believe that this is...
We are good.
That this is not a conversation enough people have.
True.
And again, not saying that over every single dinner, well, let's talk about sex. Let me tell you all about it.
But I don't think that makes you bad at sex if you just don't like talking about it.
Well, I think it could, because maybe you're a little bit embarrassed about it.
I think embarrassed is a wrong word to use.
Well, I mean, I could understand it. I could understand it.
Okay.
Because I'm embarrassed for my performance, so to speak. The third way.
Are there follow-ups to these? Because there's so much that I think I need to say, but I'm not saying it.
No. So if you got it, you better say it.
Okay. So what you just said, repeat that.
The third way?
No, the second one, but it was the...
Embarrassment?
The ending that you just said. Oh, my word.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is you're looking for.
You're something about the performance.
Your performance is lackluster. You're not good.
Okay, that. There are times when, man, we're ready and we want each other super bad. But I will be the first one to go, it ain't happening tonight, because I'm not going to half beep sex.
Yes, you're not gonna not go 100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Because what happened before interrupted what I wanted to do. I had to exert too much energy that I didn't expect to exert because I was reserving that energy for sex.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. And I think that's perfectly fine. Because that's going to happen. Life happens. Things happen.
But when it's that bad, we're both laying there like, yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. When you are just too exhausted to even kiss. You better not be bumping uglies.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you...
But it's an unexpected something.
And it's hey, we'll press pause and we're definitely going to pick this up tomorrow. No doubt about it.
Might dream about you real hard, but...
hey, that's a great thing. The third one, you have to plan out the entire thing before you do it.
What is this, a wrestling match?
I mean, could be. But what it's saying is...
Can be is worse.
You have to have
some of the people in the business I still know.
You have to have the whole thing planned out. Like I need 1, 2, 3, and that's it. It also says that you stick to the same 1 or 2 moves, and there is no flavor in it at all. I could see that being the case. The fourth way, your partner seems very disinterested in sex. And this kind of goes along with number one. But yeah, if your partner is like, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. Now, sure, there could be other things.
There could be a lot of different
that are going on there.
reasons. Maybe they're getting it from somebody else because you ain't interested, or you suck.
Or you suck. And I think it could be a legitimate thing that, hey, maybe you're just not so good and it's just not happening. Fifth one, you've never asked your partner what they like in bed. You've never had the conversation of, hey, I really like this and I want to try this. Sex menu, people, sex menu. Go get the sex menu, talk about it, test kitchen it.
Write the book, Matthew Powers.
Yep, we'll get there at some point in time, maybe.
No.
But you never ask your partner what it is they like. I think it's very, very important to ask your partner, what do you like? What do you want?
Not one of those weird in the moment, oh, you like that? You like that? That kind of weird stuff that you see in movies.
Yeah, no, that's not real. I mean, that's sure that happens. And if that's you, that's probably a sign that, hey, maybe you're not doing this totally correct. But in a non-sexual moment, you bring it up and you talk about it.
Couples retreat is what I think about.
Oh, yes.
With Trudy.
Yes.
When she calls him daddy.
Yes.
He hates all of it.
Hates every bit of it.
But he doesn't care. But he does.
Because he's trying to get over his wife.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can't just, you can't go about it that way. You got to.
Not in the moment.
Not in the moment. Talk about it beforehand or after or any other time. Say, hey, I want to talk about this. It's been on my mind. I would like to do this.
And don't do it right before you jump the gun of, we're about to get it on, or in the moment of maybe a little foreplay. That's not the time to start that conversation.
No, have it outside of that, for sure. That way your partner.
Maybe when no one is thinking about sex.
Yes, well, and
I mean, you're always thinking about sex. It's a dude thing. It's fine.
But that way your partner can kind of digest it a little bit. Like, okay, because speaking for us and there's others out there, hopefully, we can have the very open dialogue where it's say, hey, I want to try and this, and this. And it may be wild and crazy, but we have a very non-judgment test kitchen. Like, hey, as long as we're not harming each other, ourselves, or our relationship, sure, we'll give it a shot. Doesn't matter what it looks like, but we're going to give it a shot.
Or bringing another person in.
Absolutely. That's not on the table, never will be on the table.
That's non-negotiable.
But everything else, it's like, all right, well, let's give it your partner may need a moment to digest that and be like, okay, all right, okay, we will certainly get there. Another way where you might not be good at this.
How many of these do you have?
I got about 4 or 5 more, and then we're going to get ways that you can try to overcome this. You treat sex like just another task. This kind of goes to me with the schedulable sex, which is not for us, and it can work for some people. But if you allow it to be just something on the schedule, like, oh God, I got another 8 a.m. meeting. Oh, I hate this meeting. I have to do it every week. If it can become like that, then that's you're probably not very good at it. Another one, you never engage in foreplay. You only get right to the point. You're thinking.
I don't understand how you get right to the point if you don't have some kind of something.
No. Well, you have to have some kind of something. And foreplay
because if you're already sucking at it, how are you supposed to get the other one where they need to be to jump right to it?
Oh, you're exactly right. And I think, foreplay goes a lot further and begins way ahead of time, not just the 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long before. I mean, you can initiate this a whole day in advance.
Yeah.
And it's way better when you do that, but we'll get to that. Another one, you are only focused on yourself.
Eesh.
And I think this is a huge one. When you're worried about you and what you're getting and how you're feeling, yeah, you can totally kind of, it can be bad. Very, very bad for the other person.
I don't know that means you suck, though.
And I think it could. It doesn't only mean that you suck, but it definitely could because your partner is not getting.
You suck as a person.
Well, it means your partner's not getting what they want or what they enjoy. Another one, you keep apologizing. Could you imagine that? You keep apologizing over and over and over again.
What are you apologizing for?
Who knows? I mean, there could be a number of different things that you're apologizing for? What exactly?
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't know.
all I think of is forgetting Sarah Marshall. Does it hurt you? Because it hurts me.
Would you do that for me?
No! God put our mouths on our face for a reason.
No. Last
God
couple
was
here.
a city planner. I'm sorry.
Last couple here. You were way too pushy, and this kind of goes right off of the last one. Is you're only concerned about yourself.
I don't understand.
You're too pushy because you're only worried about getting what you want. It's a classic sign that you could be bad at sex if you are constantly begging for it.
Wait. What do you mean? You're bad at sex because you want it all the time?
You're wanting it and begging it are two totally different things. Wanting it is letting your partner know you want it. Begging for it, it's a whole nother level. I mean, I
don't know.
I don't
I've
care
never
who you are.
experienced that, so
No, I don't care who you are. I think if someone is constantly begging for it, begging is not a pretty sight.
No.
Doesn't look good on somebody.
No. But I mean, there could also be other reasons for someone to have to beg for it, especially if one person's not into sex.
There could totally be so many different
But that's
reasons.
okay. Go to your things because how to fix it or
You don't do any of the work. Could be very one-sided. You could suck at this.
boring.
And I think this one, I see this one all day. You're overconfident. When you hear people brag about
Wait,
how
what?
you're overconfident, you hear people talk about how great they are at something. I just relate it to guys in their high school sports stories.
Oh, yeah.
About how great they were and how amazing they were. I think of D'Angelo at The Office whenever he takes over for Michael. And he talks about how he can dunk a basketball. And remember, he can't dunk a basketball. So Jim gets him down there in the warehouse to dunk the basketball, and he ends up, hurting himself and going to the hospital. I think of that really with the whole overconfidence thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know overconfident people, and they just don't live up to the hype. Yes. Yes. 100% of the time.
Don't meet your heroes, people.
100% of the time. All right. So say you suck in bed.
Okay.
You're bad at this.
I'm sucking in bed.
You're no good at this.
I am no good at this.
And you've kind of walked through some of this stuff and you're thinking, well, that could be me. How do you fix that? Number one way.
Tell me how.
What do you think the number one way would be to begin how to fix this?
I don't know. I've never been told to suck in bed.
Well, that's true. But it goes along with everything else
Tell me, Powers.
that we've ever said. Work on communication in bed.
Oh my goodness.
What a freaking shocker that is. Work on communication
That
in
word is so powerful.
bed.
In
What
every
in the world?
situation.
What in the world? People think sex is only physical, it says, and they could not be more wrong. Talking during sex is important.
During sex?
During sex?
Well, I do talk during sex.
Before sex? After sex? All important. So how do you begin to improve? You talk about it. If you're married to someone who loves you so much, they will openly talk to you about this, and they will let you know, hey, this is really good and this really isn't. And you can begin to work on.
But be prepared to hear things you don't want to know.
Totally. But if you're serious about trying to make it better, this will work. Work on your confidence levels. And see, I think this is huge with you because you're one of these most confident people ever.
I've been told this, but I don't understand that.
Well, you are. And if you can kind of divulge just a little snippet, because your confidence levels are through the roof. And a lot of people lack a whole lot of confidence, not just in sex, but throughout their entire lives. So what is it? How are you so dadgum confident with, not just here, but just about everything that you do? Someone who is lacking confidence, what is one little thing that they could begin to do that maybe would start to turn the tide for them just a little bit?
I get asked this question a lot, and I don't understand because I don't see my confidence. Maybe because I don't see myself. I'm not on the outside looking in. But for me, I guess it has a lot to do with my personality. I just want to prove a lot of people wrong.
Okay.
When I'm told I cannot do something, that strikes a nerve from the head to the toes of my body. And I have to do way more than they said I couldn't do. Not to show off, just to prove a point. And when I do that, it's just like, did that.
That is true.
So I don't know if that can pertain to being better at sex.
Maybe some of them. But I think even with that, a lot of people, if they're told they can't do something, they believe it. And that's just in life.
Told they can't do something,
Yeah, like
they believe it.
Someone tells you can't do
I'm
something.
completely opposite.
You're opposite. But and it's outside of the sex thing, I think just in general, people are told, well, you can't do that. They're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? They're probably right. I can't. I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna be able to do that. And that's sad. And I hate that.
And most people are also afraid of confrontation. I welcome it. And maybe I need to beg people to tell me you can't do that.
Maybe. And when you say you welcome confrontation, you're not looking to
It's not
pick
like I'm
fights.
looking to fight. I am not afraid of it, and I will hit it head on, get the problem out the way, and move forward. That's a part of communication.
That's exactly it. If a problem arises, you're not going to run from it. You're going to be like, all right, well, let's...
I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared to talk about it. I welcome knowing you have a different perspective than I do. But it's not going to be an arguing back and forth or even a debate. I just want to hear your side. Then I will let you know my side. And then most of the time, it changes the person's mind who has something. When they hear me say why I do this or do that, it's usually that makes sense.
That's just the importance of open dialogue.
Yes. But most of the time I'm not a pessimistic person. And most people's mindsets are that way. And I'm the one who's going to find that itty bitty ounce of light in whatever destruction is going on. Because I will not sit in doom and gloom.
No, you will not. I
do not thrive in that.
Well, this is for everybody. You are going to find exactly what it is you're trying to look for. Period. Whether it's good, whether it's bad.
You will speak it to existence.
No matter what the situation is, you're going to look for that. You're going to find that. So when it comes to your confidence, I mean, remember what the Lord says about you. You are his masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. So that goes along for everything. But how to overcome when you suck in bed? Here's another one. And we talked about this briefly. Try new things.
Appetizers.
What are your appetizers? What's going to get you to the main course? What's going to help lead you there, which leads into foreplay, which, earlier, one of the things you don't engage in foreplay, you don't like foreplay. Well, that's going to be one of the things. Try something new. Try something brand new. What this says is switch things up. Do things different. It says play a dirty game. Try role playing with one another. Hey, it works. It can be great. It can be a lot of fun. Go to the test kitchen. Figure it out. Like we said earlier, hardly anything is off the table. Try it out. It may work, and it may change things for the better. Here's another one that I like. Dedicate a night to your partner's needs. Strictly your partner's needs. Where you're not worried about what happens to you. You're not worried about getting yours. You're not worried about what feels good to you and making sure that you're satisfied. Dedicate a night strictly for your partner. Dedicate everything to them and making them get what they want.
I feel like that could turn into an issue long term.
Why is that?
Because when you are only pushing for one person on at that time, they're going to be more excited about that day for them than the day for you.
That is true. I can see that. Now, my hope would be that if this is you and you do something like this, that it can become something that is worked in regularly where you are focused on your partner's needs, but that's reciprocated from them to you. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
It just goes back to making sure you're doing everything for your partner. And if both of you are doing that, oh, buddy, things are going to be great.
But we are selfish people.
We are selfish people and only worried about ourselves. The next one, work on your emotional connection.
Explain.
Well,
I'm not very emotional.
I disagree. You have to have a strong emotional connection with your spouse.
Okay.
And if that's not there.
I feel that kind of emotion, absolutely. But
if that's not there.
The way I was understanding that was, you want to cry a lot, or you
no.
have feelings for
No, how
weird things
strong
that
your
I don't understand.
emotional connection is with your
I understand
spouse.
that.
That's something, because the physical side of it is never going to excel if the emotional side of it is not stronger than ever.
Yes.
So you need to work on your emotional connection.
But how do you do that?
Intentional time with each other, focusing on your partner's needs, making sure you're meeting each other's
Putting them at
needs.
number 2?
Yes, putting them at number 2 in your life, above yourself and above your children and above other people. And you begin to do that, work on their love languages, understand their love language, make sure you are working towards their love language so they know how much they are loved. And then that just builds the emotional connection. Spend quality time with one another. Put these phones away. Don't sit on opposite sides of the couch scrolling TikTok or Instagram or any of that stuff. Spend intentional time together, works on the emotional connection.
I like that.
This one kind of goes along with try new things, but actually give foreplay a shot and let it start way, way in advance, even days in advance.
Explain. Give me an example.
Be flirty with one another.
Oh, yeah.
Be touchy-feely. Let the kiss last a little longer than it normally would. Send flirty text messages to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let your partner know that, hey, I'm feeling this. I'm thinking about you. You are on my mind in this way.
I love when I get those messages from you. I've
that
been
can
thinking
be
about, hey, it's like, hey, beautiful, I can't get you off my mind. I've been thinking about you all day. I'm like, ooh, yes, he has.
that's an act of foreplay, which can only help enhance things down the road. And let's see here. Take things slowly.
It's not a rush.
Don't just rush into it.
I mean, sometimes it has to be.
Yeah, there's great
Especially
times.
having children.
There's absolute great times for that to happen. It can be quick. It can be amazing, but take things slow. Enjoy it. Pace yourself. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's not how fast you can get to the finish line. You're not running for the Olympics. You're not trying to get there as soon as you possibly can. There's a whole lot more to it than that. Take your time and enjoy each other. Last one I have here. Be spontaneous.
That's my favorite.
Why?
Spontaneous sex.
Why is that?
Because you don't know you did not expect it to happen.
True.
You don't know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, how it's going to happen.
I would say, to go along with being spontaneous, take control. I think this goes both ways. I think women probably really appreciate when their man will take control. But I know for men especially, they love when their wives will just take full control. Will initiate and just be in control. It's the turn on for guys.
Yeah, especially when they don't expect it.
Totally. But I would say for men and women, be spontaneous, but take control of the situation. Let your spouse know, I'm in charge of this, and I'm going to do.
And when they do rush,
let them know.
No.
Openly communicate during. Let them know. They're trying to rush through it. They're getting a little too excited.
Slow
You're in
down.
control. You slow them down. Let them know, hey, I'm in control, and I'm going to do this the way that I want to do this. And if you are able to do that, it can change the game.
You can.
Anything you'd like to add for how to improve sex if you suck at sex?
I'll be honest, I was not prepared for you to say you suck at sex.
No, we talked about this briefly this week, but you did not want all the details.
I said, please don't tell me anything. I have to hear all of this for the first time while we record, because this has got to be hilarious, because I never thought about things like this.
I mean, I know it's real. I know it's, and there's different reasons for it. Not just saying, well, you're bad, you suck. I mean, there can be trauma in the past that causes things to trigger, and then, I don't want to discount that at all. There's definitely, need to talk to people, have to go to therapy about it. As men, especially as you get older, listen, you got a problem with the stuff working sometimes. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And listen,
well, females have the same issues.
Females have the same issues. issues. But men, especially if that's you, listen, I know a guy. He can help correct that for sure. Not going to mention anything else, but listen, you need help. I know a guy. He can make sure you help out.
Not that he helped you, but
no,
we hear the stories.
I hear the stories. They're incredible.
I don't believe that those things actually happen.
It's hard to believe it, but then again, I can totally see it because, I mean, it's a basic need for men
buying Cialis right now.
Yes, and this goes to another level, and the success stories I've heard from it, from patients that
life changing with their spouses.
Yes, changes.
Like their wives are taking them to the doctor.
Changes
Help
the game.
him.
And if that's you, because it's natural,
because that could also make you suck in bed, but then it also brings your confidence down, and you don't want to do it. But your wife takes you to the doctor, fix him because I need this taken care of.
I need
great
him.
Open communication.
I want him. And this
Fix
is real.
it.
Don't be embarrassed if this is you, because this is not unnatural.
Yeah.
A lot of men run into this.
Because we've heard that stress, anxiety, certain medications that you're taking can honestly kill all of the things where you're supposed to use it and you can't.
Yes.
And if you don't use it, you lose it. That's a real thing.
Totally a real thing. You got to use it. So use it.
And also kills prostate cancer.
It does. It helps with that. Yes, you need to. I think the studies are you need to finish 21 times a month, and it reduces the risk of prostate cancer dramatically, like almost wipes it out completely. So if you're listening, keep that in mind, both men and women. 21 times a month is
and the older you get, the worse prostate becomes an issue.
Oh, but it's a huge issue for men, especially. And
does that mean there's not just people aren't just having sex anymore?
Yeah, definitely.
But that doesn't make sense to me because the amount of abortions that were happening, and we overturned abortion stuff, and now birth rates are out of control, which blows my mind because where are these babies coming from if nobody's having sex?
Well, birth rates are down across. I mean, there's a fear with people that if we continue the decrease in the amount of births that we're having worldwide, it will extinct the population. It is the lowest it has ever been in the history since they've been keeping up with this. Yes.
Prior to abortions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, since like the 1800s, we are at the lowest rates we have ever seen when it comes to births. Across the world. It's not just in the United States, it's in countries all over the world where there is a fear of if we keep this up, not saying in 20 years we're going to be extinct, but in thousands of years, if this keeps up, we will cease to exist, all because we stopped having kids. And there's a proper way to have kids. I mean, God, like you said from the very beginning, God created all this. He created it in a certain way. And if we did it according to the way he did it, we wouldn't be at all this mess to begin with. And when it comes to sex, how he created it, I mean, there are not really any limits thrown on that thing. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Read the book of Psalms.
No, Songs of Solomon.
Songs of Solomon.
I mean, read Psalms also. It's incredible.
Read that
you
one
need
too,
to read the whole thing. But
Songs of Solomon.
So help me. I suck in bed. What do I do? Go through that. Listen. See if that qualifies you at all. And if you do, there's some steps you can take to try and get better. And even if you don't, there are some steps where you could probably improve it anyways. Because why would you not want to continue to try and improve this? Not just for yourself, but your spouse, your family, your future. You'll be more productive at work. You'll be a better parent. It's going to improve every area of your life. I promise you that.
On both sides, male and female.
100%. So, any final thoughts?
I don't know.
No?
I want to know if I suck at sex now. I'm going no.
No, not at all. I can promise you that.
I already knew the answer to that.
I know you did.
Just because of you.
I know. You're welcome.
I love you.
Let's get out of here. I love you. God, we love you so much. We are so thankful for what you are doing. We're thankful for these conversations, just the platform that you have given us. Lord, we just pray that in the right moments for the people who need to hear it, you will make sure it gets to the ears that need to hear it. No matter what the conversation topic is, even if it is something about sex, you created it. We are thankful for it. And God, we pray that people will do it according to your design, because your design is perfect in every single way, Lord. And we thank you for that. God, just thank you for everything that you do. We love you. We look to you in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Play ball.